So if you look at overall AI picture of the software testing, so everywhere right now we can use AI for a test case design, test scripting, test automation, result analysis, result reporting. Yeah, one question is there. Okay. Do you have anything to add? So I saw a hands up. Okay, if you don't have anything, we'll move on. So, and this result predictions and continuous execution and improved result. So that's basically ML part of it. So that's how we'll be using everywhere right now. So in the entire software development life cycle, software testing life cycle, right now we started using AI. So there are many tools. So if you looked at, you can use Chat, even Chat GTP, right? There's no issue of using it unless if we have the data security guidelines and all those things. Even but if you can Microsoft Copilot and few other, there are many other tools like Cursor, and there are many other tools. So you can use them. So you can use many tools. There are many of tools available, many models are available, or you can develop your own LLM. But it's not necessary. You can get it some free open source GTP version, and you can build up your own flavor of it. Right? But that's how we could be able to use it and build the value. Right? So we'll look quickly. So evaluations of AI, right? So that's I think one of essential thing. So if you looked at, so if you look at evaluation, so AI is not again new one, right? So it started in 1950. So that's what I found, right? So in somewhere in 1950, the machine learning and neural networks has been introduced, but till very recent, so it has not performed, right? So we started discussing about the AI very recently, somewhere into 2022, 2023, that period, right? So why is that? So that's the one thing we need to rethink. So I think it's what we call is AI winter. So until year 2000, I think nobody has discussed about majorly on AI. But somewhere in year 2000, they are the place where most of these LLMs has been introduced. So, but even though LLMs are introduced, LLMs are not much popular. So I can remember even one of my project in somewhere in 2006 7. So we supposed to build some AI. Actually, we didn't know AI. We supposed to build some intelligent over some of the topics. So we built for one of our clients, but it actually a kind of AI implementation, but we didn't know that. So that's how we implement the AI those days, right? But AI has been more powerful, and these LLMs are more powerful when people figure it out about the prompting, right? So how to talk to these LLMs and get things out. Right. So that's we call prompt engineering. So until we understand about the prompt engineering, so there were not much value of these LLMs. So then only we feel how these LLMs are giving values like that GTP has been introduced and many other LLMs has been introduced, right? So that then only we realize that. So the value of the LLMs, right? So prompt engineering has the what has been changed, and somewhere in 2020, so there were a lot of augmentation analysis and all these things has been introduced, but uh, uh, that has also some impact. But in somewhere in 2025, I think that's the most recent. So we start discussing is the agentic AI systems, right? Agentic systems. So then now with this agentic AI, there are huge impact in AI right now. So we are seeing everywhere everybody is using it, especially the MCP protocol, and will be used for integrating AI systems, right? So we can show some hints on this side as well with the automation. So that's how. So the previously it's mainly it's a human centric. So and the current so until yesterday it's like automation. So what we call is automation. We want to automate everything. We want to run fast, and we should have script based automation, and we are think about robots and things get automated. But right now what we are seeing is little bit agentic AI. It's goal oriented, collaborative bots with humans and work with the products, right? So that's what we are looking at. But this AI impacts heavily on QA side. So the positive side is we can increase the coverage. So previously I mentioned, so I did 90,000 test cases we wrote, right? So that human effort. So ideally this kind of extensive testing we can generate from the LLMs, so using AI. So rather than using our effort, and we can execute these kind of test cases continuously overnight.
Very proactive test.
So this is how we will get more value with this stats, right? So basically, in the QA perspective, we can use to generate the test paths, test conditions, right? So what we supposed to do manually. So we can do a lot of so we can start with the requirement analysis. We can analyze the requirement and we can generate the test cases, and we can increase the coverage, and we can adapt dynamically and increase and execute more test cases continuously and improve. So that's how we could get the value. So with that, so we expect we could have a more than 10%, 10 times of scalability. That means if we have written previously 1,000 test cases, so now we know with this AI we can enhance it up to 10,000 with the same effort. So even lesser effort, and we can increase the scalability, and we can have it run it 24/7. We don't need impact. There's no impact on humans. And automation's perspective, we expect we can increase up to 90%. Right now, automation is industry automation. It is about 50%. So right, that's the number that we right now what we are foreseeing, but we expect we can automate testing up to 90% with this. So that's the expectation, right? But to do that, so now the challenge is, so if you are going to use the AI, so we don't need the labor work what we supposed to have previously. So we don't need freshers, we don't need interns, we don't need engineers, we don't need associate engineers. Those are the people who develop test cases, thousands of test cases, who did the thousand of test execution, raise the defects, and they were the workforce, right, for the industry. But what happened with this all this? Now we don't need this workforce. So that's a challenge. So how to overcome this problem? So the problem is now we are looking for a new skill set. So even for people coming out from the university as a fresher, so previously we are ready to take them as a maybe intern, fresher, associate engineer, but right now industry no longer requesting them. Industry don't they are not ready to accept because they have AI models, LLMs, agentic AI solutions that labor work can be getting done. I'm saying it's labor work because it's a monotonous mechanical work, right? You're either writing thousands of test cases or automating scripts or developing code lines. All those now can get it done from LLMs or agentic AI solution. And so because of that, we don't want that kind of level of knowledge right now. That's the industry is moving. So now we are looking for a new set of skills, especially how to handle these LLMs. That's the skill we need. We need to effectively prompt it and get the work done. So whether you are correctly prompt it and get the correct test suits, or whether you are incorrectly prompt and get incorrect test. So that's how it's going to be validated. Whether your test suit is valid or not depend on the prompt you are going to use, right? So that's a challenge. So if you know how to prompt correctly and get the correct test suit with the correct combinations, then you are perfect. But if you have done it incorrectly, you ended up with another disaster. Like previous example I have mentioned, 90,000. That's similar to the writing and manually executing 90,000 test cases, right? So that's the very clear skill set we need. And other one is a critical assessment. So we need to very critical assessment because right now we are going to use LLMs to generate test cases. We should have very clear understanding, do correct assessment whether test suit is correct or not. If you have not do that assessment, if you are not do that review, if you are not do that analysis, you ended up with failure. So critical assessment is a one of key skills and strategic thinking. You should be able to think strategically find out your test suits correctly. You need to find out your test plan correctly. Unless you will be ended up with another disaster. The third, last one is ethical oversight. Right? With all those things, whether you are doing it ethically or not, is more essential right now. The previously, we know it's everything ethical because it's everything done by human, right? Test case written by humans, test case executed by humans. But right now, we expect to LLMs or AI agent solutions to do this work. So now we have a greater responsibility to make sure the ethics has been covered, whether we has respected the human ethics and we are. So what it actually mean right now? So with this AI, the great thing has been happening, right? So previously, lot of mechanical robotic work has done by people, human. Maybe test case writing, test development, test execution, scripting, coding, software development. All these are very mechanical work, labor-oriented work. Many people has done. But now those work has been taken over by LLMs or AIs, right? So because of that, now what we have to do is exactly what humans supposed to do, right? So that's good thing. Right now, critical assessments, strategic thinking, ethical attentions, all those things are humans supposed to do. Nobody else, no one else can do that, right? So the humans work, we actually get what he's really supposed to do. So that's good thing. So now the work, the mechanical work, the labor work has been taken over by.
So we have to be human now, right? We have to bring our real value.
In front of us. So if you're able to do that, if you're able to correctly do that, then we will be able to survive our jobs. Unless we will lose. So that's a challenge. Right now it's clear we will not have any labor work or any mechanical work. We will not have coding work, test case writing work that is taken over already. So if we want to survive, we have to take over what exactly humans supposed to do. Right? So that's an
So our roles has been changed. So with this AI, the new set.
even full stack developer. So SDETs are no longer available. So our entire roles are getting changed. So everything around the AI, the jobs are getting changed. So we need to get ready. So if we can get ready for these jobs like prompt engineering, autonomous designers, AI QA engineers, or AI DevOps, machine learning engineers, ethical AI or trust AI engineers. So or either so all these roles, AI architects, all these roles are related to AI. If we are ready to take all these roles, we can survive our jobs. Unless we will lose. So that's in front of us what we have, right? So it's a challenge. I know it's a challenge, right? So, but we have to take on over this challenge because right now everybody is asking to start working like humans and take over our real jobs, right? Not and hand over the mechanical labor work to the ML models or AI models, right? So that's what we have in front of us. Basically, these are the key. So we our focus is moving to the writing code to the developing it, and we will be using tools.
Collaboration is required for AI human collaboration. So we are going.
We are going to analytical aspects of it. All this has been, yeah. So basically, as I previously mentioned, with this AI, so for even software testers, we have to be less manual and more strategic. We have to be less mechanical, more creative. So less coding people. So and more on design side, and we have to be more ethical and governance and management side of it. So that's how our role has to be changed. So this is what we expect with this AI, whether we like or not. So this is what we need to do as a part of our AI things, right? So that's the area I just want to take through with you all. So any questions? So I know this is very great, deep area to go deep dive, but I just want to bring it as an intro and overview, so then you could be able to start thinking and look differently on those all these aspects of it. Uh, so do you have any questions? But now entire roles, right? All these roles have been taken over, and even test case writing to test execution and identifying defects, forecasting and re-execution, and all those things has to be given to AI. But we have a human work to do. That means how to do the strategically thinking, how to derive correct test suit, whether we have the how to critically analyze the test suit and get correct test suit out of LLMs, and how make sure we are running against the correct suit and get it have the correct priorities of the execution. All those things will be human.
For your research. So just make sure you do your research.
Any of imaginary areas. So there are many imaginary areas I mentioned previously. So make sure you touch base. Okay, I think I had a small issue with my headset. So again, but that's all I have to tell. If you have any questions, we can discuss. Or unless I can hand over to the Sarath and continue the session. Do you have any questions with this AI? So how AI will be integrated with the testing, or how we are going to make it success is a challenge, right? So, but somehow we have to move it there because and advocating with this AI is one of key requirements. Even right now, my one of my fundamental job is to say helping an organization to set it up this AI testing model for them. So that will be our uh, responsibility right now in even various levels. I think then let's move on to the automation part of the Sarath. I think you can take also what I will do is I will stop the recording and the session. So I will hand over the rights to you. Then you can start recording and you can continue the session.
Okay, thank you.
Let me stop the recording.